Alright, nothing real fancy. Welcome back to the Mod Addict. So I don't have a whole lot going on today, but there is one thing I want to dive into. So if you're new, this is a Powerdyne Supercharged. This is basically a stock 302 trick flow cam, basic bolt-ons with a Powerdyne. These Powerdynes are not, there's no oil going to them, so they do get a little bit warmer, so I'm going to try to figure out some way to keep it cool. Another thing I have to address is with the tire turned. If you notice, my intake comes down, the tire is touching the intake right here, so I have to rotate this up, get it out of the way, something. Got to figure that situation out. And then I have one more situation, but first thing I want to do is, I bought this little cheap kit right here, and basically I'm just going to try to figure out how to mount this to bring this tube up to basically just go to the case, so the tube will come up somewhere under here like this, and basically just when I'm driving down the road it'll be blowing air on the case of this and help keep that cool. So in theory it should help keep it cooler. Whether it will or not, I don't know, but I figure anything is, it's going to help compared to, you know, having nothing there. Alright, so I have this kind of the area I want, and then you can see it goes down. I'll have to bring this more up out of the way so it don't interfere with the wheel over here, but it goes down to the opening, which leads me to right here. Now you can see how that goes up in there. So I just got to figure out a way to mount this. It'll collect fresh air right here, and it'll go straight to there, and it'll blow on the supercharger while I'm going down the road, so it'll help the casing stay cooler. So like I said, just got to figure out how to mount this, and I got spiderweb all over me. Alright, nothing real fancy. I just bolted it to the bumper here so it's solid and not going to fall back or fall underneath the car. So now I can get the line lined up how I want it, and basically it's going to take fresh air from here and blow it on the supercharger case while I'm going down the road. So it should help it keep it cooler. Alright, as you can see, it goes right here, blows on the case of the supercharger, goes down, and the ducting is down there, and like I done showed you where it sits in the bumper, actually looks kind of nice and neat there. I didn't have black screws, but you're not going to see that unless you're down there at it. So just something to keep the supercharger running cooler. It'll blow and help with that. And yeah, and that's pretty much all I have for that part. Done rotated the intake itself up, so now there's room in between. Let's see. Now, well, you can see it, but yeah, there is room. It's not touching. So there's that. Yeah, got about a finger's width in there, but that's turned all the way full, so it should never contact that. That's the only time it's even close is when it's turned. So, that's about all I have for that. I could actually cut some of this off, so I'd bring the filter back, and I could rotate this up even more because it's kind of interfering right here. Or I could get a shorter filter and do the same thing. None of them are out of the realm. I do have something coming for the hood. I eventually want to get like a huge vent or something to go in like a ZL1 style that goes in the middle here. I think that would look awesome, but it'd also help with cooling. But yes, looks. I would be doing it for looks. That would be pretty much it. I do have a mod that I'm thinking about doing. The blow-off valve here. It's just a factory style, and I have a billet one that a little bit different setup, but it's vents atmosphere. Supposed to be a little bit louder. So I thought about running that. Have to look into it and see what I need to do to modify to make it to work. And then, of course, I'd have to, wouldn't have to cap off the intake, but might as well cap off because that just goes to the supercharger. I wouldn't want anything sucked up there, so have to figure out something for that port. And then, like I said, the blow-off valve would go right there. Alright, so the only other thing I had was a brake line down there, and I thought it was going to be a lot more involved, but it's moved up out of the way. And just made sure where the wheels turn that it would not interfere with anything. And that's about it for today. Again, not very involved, but did get this done. And like I said, I don't know, this probably is not a permanent setup, but just wanted to see if it's going to help in or not. Now here's the thing, I haven't drove this enough to know what big difference this is going to make, but I do know people with Powerdyne units talk about keeping these cool. Helps the life out tremendously. One guy said he's on the same Powerdyne unit, same belt and everything, for 12 years, and his other vehicle 18 years, and it's only had the bearings and the belt replaced, so the internal belt. So that gives me a lot more hope. Like I said, I'm not out here trying to blaze up the streets and have a 1,000 horsepower car. I'm not Reyes or SN95 Power with my Coyote with a supercharger on it or anything, but I'm out here just staying in my lane. Push rod 5.0, supercharged, do what I can do. I do still have nitrous I can throw on there. I can split this block. I mean, I have a very good tuner, very safe tuner. So future plans, like I said, hopefully this weekend I have one scheduled. That'll mean everything's going to work out. Things change quite often with me, but I do have a front end alignment scheduled. So I got the caster camber plates so they can get all that figured out, and then I can get the front end aligned. And because these are practically brand new tires, and I really don't want to eat them up driving down the road with the front end out of line. So I did put a little bit of 93 in there the other day, so I will have to drive it to the gas station, put 93 in it, and then drive it to the front end alignment shop. But it's only 7 miles away, so I don't think it's going to completely destroy the tires in them 7 miles. It's still kind of in line. It's just not in line, if that makes any sense. So I've been going around looking for things to clean up, move around, make sure things are tucked. I do want to do something with that, get it covered up, or maybe even deleted. I see a lot of people that run basically just Rain-X. I got something right there that looks like cat puke, probably is hairball. It definitely needs a cleaning, so when I bring it out for front end alignment, if I don't kill myself on a seat bracket that I told myself 6 times I'm going to clean up, anyway, I'll wash it. And then because this is a ship box, it does not hurt to put the brush on it, so even more excited about that. But that's where we're at. So thanks for joining me on this little modification. I know it's a short, quick video, but I wanted to give an update, and I wanted to get a few things done. Like I said, I'm hoping that's going to help keep that cooler and prolong the life. And front alignment's coming, and got a few odd and end things taken care of. We've got the intake where it don't hit the wheel right now, and got the brake line out of the way. So it is what it is. But thanks for watching. This is the Mod Addict, and hopefully soon we'll be cruising down the street and getting some draggy numbers with this thing. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.
Turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars, I won't turn around. I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars, I won't turn around. I won't.